Welcome back, everybody, with the part 2 of today's show. But now we're going to jump into Anthony, my guy. The hot, our other number 7. Hey, I don't know what's going on with our right flag. There's something wrong.
Man.
There's something wrong. Anthony's story just deepens, my guy. Like, it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, man.
How the hell has United? How did we get here? Like, how did we get to this very moment where literally two players who are supposed to play in the same position, like literally supposed to be one substituting the other, like they are on the fence. Like, what the hell, D? What the hell?
Man. It's like a telenovela, man. It's just it's like next time on Man United or Telemundo. You know what I mean? You just like you think it's done. You know what I mean? Like you're like they can't be more. Like and again, I said it before in the previous podcast episode. Like the next day, you're expecting a statement of resolution, but no. You know what I mean? It's like but episode 3. You know what I mean? Yeah. They accuse this. What, dude? It's and you know, like I don't know about like other people how they're receiving this news, but when I'm receiving it from like a position of it's shocking. It's not like I'm reading it and it's like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm reading them and I'm like, no, you know what I mean? It's like you're literally watching a Telemundo and you're like, no, you did not. That's true. There's a bad one. Like it's unreal. It's unreal. Like you don't even know like where to stop and go, you know, and you just like, I bring it. You know what I mean? Let's as much as you don't want to get involved, like it's hard not to. Because it's so good. It's so good. You know what I mean? Like you once you ignore watching the soapy, you go around denying it, but you know you've got that last for that juice. You know what I mean? For that tea, my guy. And you just get in the chaos, you know. But yeah, man, what's the latest, man? Talk to me, man. What's the latest on Anthony?
Anthony, Anthony's making Greenwood look like a cakewalk. Like he's making Greenwood look like the Greenwood story lolook like child's play.
Dude, that was like a short story, man.
Now,
that was a trailer. That was a trailer. This guy's like, I'm coming out with a trilogy. You was only one night. Let me show you how it's done. Hold my beer. You know what I mean?
Bro, like, this is not taking shots at Anthony in any way.
No,
like,
of course, he did it.
Ever. Like, bro, like, wait, you know, I don't know if it's being a misogynist or like being a narcissist. Like, I don't know if it's those things where he did these things thinking that they will not come to light, or because he's a superstar and these things will not happen. Like, they will not. Yeah. But now this is now a Cosby thing. Now, you know, a Jeffrey Epstein thing. You know, movement is happening here on Anthony, bro. We're getting a Me Too movement on Anthony here,
my guy.
Wild. And I just don't know how the club is going to handle this. I mean, bro, okay. So let's get into it. So now there are 2 more women that have come out accusing Anthony of abuse.
Yeah.
So the second lady, apparently she got abused by Anthony in 2022. That was last year. Now that we're in this 2020 what years, I tend to forget. Like, it was just like 2022 was last year, bro. It was like You know what I mean? So this we signed Anthony in August 2022. He came to United August 2022. This second lady that has come up, she filed a police report in May 2022. Can somebody do the math right there, please? Can somebody take out a calculator and start and try to explain to us how this matches? Because when I read that, fire, like the fire alarm started ringing in my head, because I was like, whoa. And you know what? The first thing that came into my mind, Ajax produced the biggest heist in football. That was the first thing that came into mind. Like I couldn't help but think that, because if
Yeah.
that's the case, like if Ajax knew that this boy
Yeah.
is trouble
Yeah.
and kept it under wraps, and were like,
Yeah.
nah, let's just
Yeah.
hike the price up a little bit, and then just
Yeah.
we give
Yeah.
them the
Yeah.
through pass, because we know United are going to try and dribble this ball and try and score. So let's just give them the through pass. They gave us the
Yeah.
through pass. We got Anthony. Anthony, we bought him when he was already in trouble.
Yeah.
And this pissed me off, because I'm now thinking, what the hell is the recruitment team doing? What
Yeah.
are these fucking people doing? Are you
Mm,
guys not doing any background checks on these players?
exactly.
What's going on? Because now we were excited for the player. We didn't know
Man.
all these things were happening. Like we were excited, we're getting an exciting player who's going to keep us on the edge of our feet because he's technically gifted. He's a dribbler. We buy him, we bring him, boom. We are now we are getting upset because he's in this situation. Now
Yeah.
I don't know if this is miscarriage of responsibilities. I don't know if maybe
Yeah.
Anthony really just did a two-faced thing where he just said, "Yeah, I'm a cool guy," but behind closed doors
Yeah.
he's doing this thing. I don't know, but what I can tell you is that this guy's put us in a very messed up position, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
He
and
has.
then to make matters worse,
Yeah.
Chica number 3 pops up. Chica Bonita comes out and says, "Nah, I have got something to say on this." You
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
where I'm
Yeah.
going with
Yeah.
this, the Me Too movement. This
Yeah.
guy
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, at this point, I was surprised. And I was
Mm,
surprised when this whole thing started that, hey, Anthony, I mean, I get
yeah.
you're combative and a little bit, a little aggressive on the
Yeah.
pitch. But I didn't,
Yeah.
I pegged you as a lover boy, ladies
Yeah.
man, guy who breaking hearts. He's a
Yeah.
handsome fella. I thought he was one of those
Yeah.
guys. Now we're in this situation where we're like, okay, so Anthony, boom, bruh.
Yeah.
So
Well,
this
go
chick
on.
is about to expose him. I, for one, cannot wait to hear what's going on.
The
Now I
finale
don't
episode.
know if when this girl is talking, if we should believe her or not, because everybody's gonna say there are two sides to the story.
Exactly.
But it's just difficult to ignore all these allegations, D.
True.
My question to you is, D,
Yeah.
do you think United did its due diligence in checking for these players? Is it a Ten Hag problem? Whose fault is it? I'm not saying that because Anthony is in this situation that it is
Yeah.
somebody's fault. Nah,
Yeah.
I'm going back into that. These allegations are of somebody that, if United are trying to recruit and they
Yeah.
know that there are these kind of behaviors, I'm sure that
Yeah.
is something that they will try and distance themselves from,
Yeah.
considering they had something, a situationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what's your take,
So,
man?
like, it's so funny because, me and you, we've traveled a lot, you know.
Hmm.
And one thing I can tell you for certain that you also know is that when
Yeah.
you're applying for a visa, you
Yeah.
have to do a police clearance. And they basically do. You see, you're laughing because you know where I'm going with this. They do a background check to see. So even if you lie on the application form and say, and they ask you like, are you, do you have any convictions under your name, or whatever, and you tick no. You know what I mean?
No,
Like
but he
they're
doesn't
still
have.
going to run it. They're still going to run it. But dude, remember you said like this happened, the allegations or whatever. The police report was filed in May, and he
Yeah.
got him. So that thing was definitely on his record before
Yeah.
he came to Man United.
Yeah.
And obviously, boy needs a visa to come from Wales, come from to the UK.
Ajax.
You understand what I'm saying? From Ajax to the
Yeah.
UK. UK, Ajax, it's not the same country. You know what I mean? You need a visa,
Yeah.
my friend. Especially that it's not even from what you call it. Ajax is which country again? Not Denmark. Netherlands.
Amsterdam. Netherlands.
Netherlands. He's not even from Netherlands. He's from Brazil. So he needs
Mm.
a police clearance from Brazil. He needs a police clearance from the Netherlands. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
how? And you see, this is where it creates this room. for like what's going on. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because
yeah.
even if you said you didn't do your due diligence in terms of investigating this player if he's got past criminal records, surely, when you're doing his visa, if you had to get the police clearance,
Everyone,
surely it
you
would
would
have
have
popped up.
red flag.
So
Yeah.
either these chiquitas are just like playing all of us. You know what
Uh-huh.
I mean? Because yeah, that's literally what it
No,
comes down to.
that's
It's
very
either
possible,
chiquitas are playing us, you know
yeah.
what I mean, or United just know the truth and they're just ashamed and looking back and
Yes,
like, hey, kind of when that
because they're
police
very
report came
quiet,
out.
bro. They're very
You understand what
quiet,
I'm saying? And here's what gets me. What gets me is the confidence from Anthony. Because
bro.
this guy is just
The
on I
kahunas
didn't
on this
do it.
dude.
This dude is like, I didn't do it. My police report came cleared. You know what I mean? I got my visa. Nobody said nothing. You know what I mean? That's how convinced he is. You know what I mean, fam?
Yeah,
Because for me, I think everyone is like, focusing like around like, you know what I mean, not knowing where to find the evidence to know like how to get down to it. We'll figure it out right now. We'll figure it out,
yeah.
and like I said, we'll
We've
figure it out because
debunked
we
it.
travel.
Yeah, like
We travel. We've
we've
debunked
figured
it.
it out. Yeah,
We'll debunk it, fam. Like if you guys want to know the truth, they must post the visa application online. We want to see what
one
box
time.
he took. You know what I mean? Because we know these allegations were filed in May and he came in August. Let's see the application. You don't need to show us the police report. Let's see what he
Thank
ticked.
you,
You know what I
thank
mean?
you,
Yes or
thank
no?
you.
Do you have any criminal convictions? You understand what I'm saying? Then we
Yeah,
can take it from there. You understand? That's the only way this thing gets cleared. Because if it was ticked no, either he is lying. You know what I mean?
oh, he
Either
didn't
he's
know
lying.
that these charges were filed against him.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't look good for
It
anyone.
doesn't. It
You understand what
doesn't.
I'm saying? Because once that comes out, it's like, okay, United, you knew. You understand what I mean? Because of the visa application. But then you're here backing boy. You understand what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Or
yeah,
it is true, and then they can just literally pull up the police. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
like some of these things, it's like it's so easy to resolve. You understand what I mean? If he is being accused, then why don't you just go to the police station and say, can you please have the docket? You understand what I'm saying? Can you
Hey,
please have
can
the
we
docket so we can you understand what I'm
verify?
saying? So
Hey, hey.
let's verify these things. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if they did really go and press the charges and whatever and all of this and all of that, like again, then it comes back to cool. If you did really do it, surely it would have been on the system. And if it was on the system and you were doing the visa application and this thing came out, why did you
Well,
ignore it?
yeah. How did he
You
slip it?
understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's bruh. Like I don't know anymore. I don't know. I'm just waiting
And
for the finale of this Telemundo. You know what? Hopefully, we hopefully this is the finale to season one. We don't want to hear, hey, a
there's part
boys drop
two.
the interview. There's season two coming out next week. Bam, like,
Hey, season two with an interview.
bruh. Oh
Nah,
man,
nah, nah, nah. It's too much, man. It's not
it's
looking
too
good for Anthony.
it's not.
It's not.
Yeah,
It is not. I'll pose the same question I posed in the Sancho situation. Based on
yeah,
everything that we have, like in front of us, and considering we want to be a ruthless club, we wanna,
yeah.
you know what? Have you ever seen the reshuffling and the sort of filtering out of players that City do, like where they
Yep,
just get rid of players, and you
yep,
sitting there like, whoa,
yep,
come here, but you can't
yep.
because they're rivalry, and then like
Yep.
rivals, and then you look at the other clubs, they're just selling players, and
I
we
guess
can't.
we
We
can't.
can't. Like we
We
keep
can't.
dealing with
It's
pop.
like it's madness because I mean City is literally like thank you Gundogan for stepping up when De Bruyne was injured. Thank you for winning us Champions League. Thank you for winning us the league. But yeah, you gotta leave, fam.
You don't have. We want fresh legs.
We want
Raheem
fresh legs,
Sterling. Raheem Sterling had a worldy season before.
fam.
Next season, bench.
Gone.
Then the
Leroy
Sterling
Sané,
that we know dips.
dude.
Like
I was shocked. I was shocked from the jump. I was, for me, I think it started when he first came, and it's like, yeah, who's the keeper? Joe Hart. He's like, yeah, I'm not feeling you, fam. You know, and he was arguably at that time like top keeper in Premier League. And Pep just came and said, nah, fam, none of that. Get out.
Rap for
Get
you.
out. You're not, bruh. And then
Rap for
it just
you.
started from there. Negredo, out.
Yaya
What
Toure, out.
Yaya Toure, out. Zeko, out. Nasri,
What?
out. Leroy Sani, young and coming, I don't care. Out. Like, this dude was just sacking players.
He doesn't play.
Bruh, Joe dropped to the floor. Like, do you realize we don't even have those type of players, and you're just out here giving them the boot?
You see,
Zinchenko out, Jesus
gone,
out.
Mahrez,
the
player you dreamt of, your fantasy player that you wanted from Leicester, the one you wished to come to United, went to City, won everything, and he's still young, and now he has bounced. He's now chilling in Saudi Arabia next to home.
We are here trying to advocate for like potential abusers, potential people who are in their fields, who are not starting. Meantime, what have they done for this club? What have they done? And we're out here fighting for them. What have you done? People have been kicked out of this club for winning Champions League. Kicked out of clubs for winning Champions League. What have you done? So with Anthony, to answer your question, same sentiments as I had for Sancho. Like, and look, I'm not trying to advocate for abusers. If he's guilty, sorry, you have to. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're innocent and you still have a bad name around you, like, we'll get rid of you in general. Right now, we don't have players. You understand what I mean? Provided you are 100% innocent. I do not advocate for, you know what I mean?
The abuse that he's been.
If you're guilty, you're guilty. You know, obviously with the Greenwood, it's a different case. We don't know. You understand what I mean? Because the case was dropped. But with this one, if it comes out, you wanted to say?
No, I just wanted to say, like, with the Greenwood, like I said in the beginning, this Anthony case kind of dwarfs Greenwood's case thingy.
Yeah, because it's like multiple events, multiple women.
And you know what's funny? You know, for the first time, I listened to Beth on the United Stand, and she was going on this like little rant, and then not a rant, but she was talking about, she was like, she believes in giving people second chances. I don't know who she was talking about, by the way, but she was talking about I'm, and she kind of like backtracked as well. She was like, I believe in people second chances, but because she was advocating for Sancho to dip, she kind of like backtracked. It's like, no, but it depends on the circumstances. But I'm like, nah, second chance is a second chance. A second chance is a second chance. You don't pick and choose who you want to give a second chance to based on whatever it is. If you are on it, and I am all about second chances, man. I really am. I really am. People make mistakes, and you know, I'm just gonna dive a little bit into Greenwood because I love the boy, and I'm really feeling bad for what's going on with him. But the Getafe fans, they've received him very well, bro. Like, you know, one of the sentiments that they all share is that he's a young boy. He made a mistake. And it is evident in the way he is, like the way he's so humble, like coming to our club. You can tell that this boy really wants to just focus on his football and get back out there doing his thing, which is something that I actually also believe in. I believe like he's really remorseful. But then people will not give him because of what he has done. The way our new society is wired is that he doesn't deserve a second chance at all, completely. Like, he's done, finished and clear. And I have a problem with that. Because if that's the case, everybody's in trouble. Everybody.
You know, in all fairness, right? Like, I 100% agree with your sentiments. But I think one thing I can just point out is that, you know, everyone's like entitled to their own opinion, first of all. You know what I mean?
That's
some
true.
Some people are willing to give people second chances, but just under different conditions. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. You understand? And then you talked about this new society. I get where they're coming from. I'm not saying they're right. I get where they're coming from. And I get where they're coming from, and I'm putting this in a very broad sense. That in the past, there's been a lot of stuff that's turned aside eye to, all right, and
That's
they've sort
true.
of just allowed these
That's
things to happen. So
yeah.
it's sort of like collectively, the world has just agreed that enough is enough. You understand? Enough with the racism, enough with the women abuse, enough with, you know what I mean, X, Y, and Z. Enough, enough, enough. You understand what I mean? So
Yeah.
we
Hey,
just have
that's
those people out there that, you know, the same way they're gonna advocate for enough abusing black people in the English Premier League, and it's a and we're gonna ban you from the stadium, and you're not going to come back. They're putting that same energy towards, like, um what you call this. If you're gonna go and commit this offense, you're going to receive the full depth of that punishment. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that these people are not willing to give them a second chance, but like we said when we spoke about it the other episode, is that some people, they're like, look, oh, we're willing to give you a second chance, but again, it shouldn't feel like we're just giving you a slap on the wrist. You understand? Because the same way, I mean, we are blacks.
yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine if we got found out, by another race, and we felt so, like, against it, passionately against it, and said, no, this
Yeah.
guy must be given the ultimate punishment. Like, we're
Ah,
willing to
yeah.
give him a second chance. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I
But then
feel
all
you.
of a sudden, and then they're like, okay, it's fine. We'll just give him like 2 weeks of community service, and you'll miss 2 matches. You understand? We as black
Mm.
people are gonna be like, nah, You know what I mean? Like, that's not enough. That feels like a
Okay, but
slap on the wrist. You understand
that's
what I
true.
mean? So with the whole Greenwood thing, like, I don't think we should, like, obviously we have our own sentiments towards it, but we should
Yeah.
also respect their own sentiments towards it, because,
Yeah.
like I said, with the case, there was nothing that was agreed upon. The case was just dropped. You understand?
Yeah.
So, I'm
So I
not going
guess
to
I
agree or
guess
disagree,
I guess the
but
shaming is the punishment.
exactly,
Okay, that
yes,
can make sense. The
yeah,
public shame and the humiliation, that I 100% agree with you. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I and I'm not
Not
like
not
that.
not
I'm
not to that
I'm
same
usually somebody that
extent.
looks back into the history, but I get
Yeah,
it. I never like thought that way, but I do get now where it's coming from. Not that it
yeah,
hasn't been there; it has been there, and yeah, no, I
yes,
understand. I understand.
yeah. So
So
I
I guess
think
the
this.
public shaming is fair, but then
Yes, but not to, like, it mustn't be like overdone. Do you understand what I mean?
that's
But
where I'm going at. Yeah,
he must now, like, work his way back, because
yeah,
if he does that, he's also showing respect to them to say, I'm also taking this thing seriously. If you're not
yeah,
ready to have me back now, I'll be back when you're ready. But
yeah,
in the meantime, let me play football. So when I come back, you know what I mean?
yeah,
At that level that you left me at. You
yeah,
understand? And then at least it will be more calm. You check. And
yeah,
yeah, I mean, obviously, Gatafi fans will welcome him with open arms. I mean, it's not like, he did wrong in their home. You know what I mean? It's outside of the house. You understand? Obviously, United people feel more disappointed, because you give someone that ultimate support, and
yeah,
then they let you down. It hurts more. You understand
yeah,
what I mean? So I think
yeah.
it comes from a place of brokenness. Like, we believed in you. You know what I mean? And then you go and monkey. You check. But anyway,
Okay, no,
um,
let me point it out that those are my sentiments. Let me just put it out there
yeah,
that that's
yeah,
how I
yeah,
feel. I
yeah,
don't want
yeah.
people getting the wrong idea, but no, I understand. But I still believe people deserve a second chance.
True, hundred
Um,
percent,
yeah, I do.
100%.
Especially, I guess like you mentioned yesterday that every
Mm,
situation we have to isolate it and dissect
yeah,
it on its own,
yeah,
not try and connect
yeah,
things. And so yeah, man. No, but yeah, man. That's the update on Anthony, bro.
yeah,
There are just a few little things that are annoying.
yeah,
Um, like for example, Amrabat has been pulled out of the Moroccan team. He went for
yeah,
international duties. Now I understand the whole thing of him going. International duty is one of the highest honors every player, for every player, representing your country. So I get it, but at the same
yeah,
time, it's like we know he's injured. Why
yeah,
let him go? Let him spend time at Carrington there, getting rehabilitation, continue working
exactly.
on that back or that little injury, so that come resuming of the Premier League against Brighton, which, by the
We
way, is
should.
a big game. It's not a small
Oh,
game.
that is
We
a big
need
game.
all our boys ticking. Then he comes
Yeah,
on and maybe makes a cameo or starts whichever way.
yeah,
The also Martinez, the same thing. He left that
yeah,
Arsenal game. We thought, no, this guy is injured. Kante, this
yeah,
guy snuck away to Argentina. Now
yeah,
he's the butcher. I love him, but I still don't understand why he also had to go because he didn't play for Argentina. I don't know if he's
yeah,
going to play. Maybe he will, but he didn't.
yeah,
They're all saying it's precautionary, like we're taking care of these guys. Why let them go? Because they're getting tired. You know, this
yeah,
flying back and forth. These
yeah,
players get fatigued. Let them
exactly.
stay in one place,
Yeah,
receive treatment, and continue with these things. Rasmus
yeah,
came on as a sub. I liked
okay,
that because
yeah,
we all know that he's just coming back. So I think with him, we really need to take our time with him. And then the
yeah,
last thing is Donny van de Beek. I don't know what's happening with Donny van de Beek. I don't know
yeah,
if he's going to be included in the Champions League squad or what. I don't know. But there are rumors that he
yeah,
might be going to Fenerbahce, where
yeah,
our boy Fred is. So
yeah.
I
He
don't know.
scored
We
an
just need to keep an eye
amazing
out on
goal.
that.
Yeah,
Don
I
Fred.
don't know. I don't know if you saw his goal.
I did. You Freddy.
Yeah, yeah.
Man. He took those little Brazilian flares that he used to do for
Hey
us in
man.
Turkey.
Ah
I watched
man.
I watched I watched half a game where he was just trying to be mad. And I was
Yeah.
like, hey, go on, man. Do your thing. Our loss. You know, you are another under Herrera. You know,
Yes,
a player
true.
that doesn't have to go, but they're
Yeah,
going because we will never understand why they're going. But
exactly. And he
he's
was
one
a
of those
good
players that didn't have to go.
exactly and he was a good player like coming off the bench, like he
Yeah,
was very
yeah.
he knew his
What his
value to the
job.
squad. He knew what his
Yeah,
job was. He knew that he wasn't a starting player. He knew, yes, I'll start if, injuries or whatever, but he understood his value in the squad, which we
yeah.
loved about him. And, especially during his Ten Hag era, he really showed levels of improvement, giving us like absolute
Goals
stunning
and
in terms
assists.
of goals and assists. And like, ooh, where has this Fred been? You know what I mean? Where has this Fred been?
I miss
So
I
it
miss
seems like
I
Ten
miss his
Hag,
smile, man.
yeah, man, 100%. I miss his character. When I was watching him play, he just gave me that Evra vibe.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
got
yeah,
this
yeah.
Evra vibe about him.
He,
Oh
he would
man,
misplace a pass and smile.
yeah, Oh man, Fred was such a breath of fresh air, man. To be honest, I'm
Yeah,
gonna miss him.
yeah.
But yeah.
Now, man.
But yeah,
This that it's a wrap, man. Like that's for today. That's the update that we have for our listeners. You
yeah.
wanna take it away?
Yeah, so you can catch us on all your favorite podcasting streaming platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spreaker, Castbox. Catch us on all your favorite podcast stations. We everywhere. We've got a new website that's going to be live this weekend. It's going to be looking nice and fantastic. We updated it to make it look a little bit sleazy. Make it look a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
nice for y'all. So we're gonna have our new link to the website posted on our Facebook page. So make sure you go and follow our Facebook page so that when that website goes live, you can have the direct link to it. That's gonna include all your favorite content from the previous website that we have, with links to our communities, Premier League fantasy group, etc. But thanks once again for listening to this podcast episode. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.